Hey guys, Nathan here with the ebookreader.com. I wanted to do a quick review of the Apple Pencil for the 2018 9.7-inch iPad. They brought Apple Pencil support over to the smaller iPad now. You don't have to spend a fortune for the Pro model. Let's go ahead and talk about it here. So the top, it comes off and it's got like the lightning adapter right there, so you can charge the pencil because it requires charge to use. You can either charge it with this adapter that it comes with. You can plug it into your lightning cable, or you can plug it directly into the iPad's port and it'll charge it that way. And then there's this widget you can add to the screen right here, and it'll show what the percentage of the pencil is. Otherwise it doesn't tell you, so you got to install it or just like load up that widget there. It's not there by default. And it pairs by Bluetooth. You can also have other devices connected to Bluetooth at the same time. So I thought the tip would be maybe like hard rubber or maybe like a little bit of texture to it, but it's not. It's just basically hard plastic. And it does make some noise. It's kind of like a clicking noise. You do get used to it, but I mean, you kind of get to use a softer touch on the screen because it does get kind of a loud clicking noise to it. I don't have it here on this video because I'm recording the voiceover, but it sounds like this. So that does take some getting used to. You got to kind of adapt to using a softer touch, but I do like using the pen for like non-pen type things, just like with the web browser, like selecting small links, or like if you're selecting text or something. It is kind of nice to have the pen for that, in addition to the writing and the drawing features. So the pen itself is made of very kind of a slick material, but it doesn't really slide out of your hand, and it has this weight in it, so it doesn't roll around on the table. And it has like a very subtle magnet that pulls it to the side of the iPad. I mean, it's very subtle, you can barely feel it, but it does keep it in place if you want it there. So like I was saying, I kind of like the pen to be able to select text. It makes it a little bit easier to like move the ends here to get it exactly where you want it to go. So it does have some advantages other than just the writing and the drawing. It depends on what app you're using, like what features you're gonna have available. So like on the web browser, you don't have any writing features available, but if you wanted to take like a screenshot of the page, then you could use like the writing and highlighting features on the screenshot that way. So it just all depends what app you're using, what features are going to be available. Some apps just have this basic setup right here where you have the pen, pencil, the highlighter, and you got like an eraser and the move tool and a few different colors to choose from. Other apps will let you choose different sizes for your pencil. So it all just comes down to how it's implemented with the app itself. It varies with pretty much everything you use, if it even is supported or not. Like with the regular Note app here, so this is the basic Apple's Note app. You've got this is the basic pencil features here. You got the pencil, you got the marker, and you got the pen, and you can use the different colors. And then there's also the eraser, of course, and then the selection tool. You can move stuff around. So like I said, other apps have different options for the Apple Pencil. It just sort of depends. Some you can control the thickness of the pencil, some you can't. So when it comes to the actual writing experience itself, like I said, it's a hard plastic tip writing on glass, so it feels nothing like writing on paper. It does take some getting used to, but the actual effect on the screen is extremely realistic. You actually run out of, like over here on the edge, it doesn't let you write there, but yeah, like I was saying, the effect is very realistic if you look close. The camera doesn't really focus all that great, but I mean, it very, very much looks like a pencil when you look at it closely. It also detects like how hard you're pressing down. So like if you're pressing light, the pencil will be lighter, and if you're pressing harder, it'll be darker color. And it also supports shading. If you tilt the pencil on the side, you can do shading. I'll show that in a second here. And then like with using the pen, it has just a more fluid look to it. And then the marker, it's also got the you can like overlap the colors, and it's a very realistic look on the screen. Like I said, the actual writing process takes some getting used to, writing on a glass screen with a plastic pencil. So it takes some getting used to because it's nothing like writing on paper. I've been using ink devices, so I wanted to see how this compared, because with ink devices, it's a little bit more paper-like when you're writing on the screen. But the iPad, you got a lot more features, obviously. Like I said, you can do the shading with the pencil, and it responds to how hard you're pressing down, how dark the lines are going to be. So yeah, it's actually very realistic. It just it doesn't feel like it when you're using the screen, but it's amazing what some people can do with this. Like, I'm not an artist by any stretch of that imagination, so I'm not even going to attempt it, but you can Google some videos. It's amazing the kind of stuff that people can come up with using the Apple Pencil on the iPad. So like the marker too, you got the different, like it depends on how you're holding the pencil, like how thick the line is going to be. You can kind of go to the side, get really thick lines. If you're doing sharp lines, you can just use the very point. You can shade in, and then like the colors overlap. So it's a very realistic look, like how it would be if you're using a real marker on paper. Kids would probably have a lot of fun messing around with something like that, and different art apps. So there's a whole bunch of different apps you can do load in on here with the Apple Pencil, and some of them support shapes, some of them have, you can add pictures, do coloring books. There's all kinds of different things. This app, it supports, you can change what size you want the pencil to be. I thought that's kind of weird with the Apple app. You can't control how the brush thickness at all. It's all just what it is. But there are other apps where you can control how thick you want the pencil to be. Some apps have a ruler, so you can draw straight lines. You can just adjust it with your fingers and then draw straight lines that way. You can also zoom in. Like if you want to zoom in and do fine details on something, write something small, you can zoom in on the page. So that's pretty cool as well. And you've also got different grid line papers. There's all kinds of stuff. You got the move icon right here. You can move your text or pictures around. So yeah, it does have some handy features, but when it comes to like ink devices, it's a lot more realistic in the feel. Like it doesn't feel at all like writing on glass, because it's not glass. You've got this different kind of pencil, the different kind of screen. So it feels a lot more like writing on paper. This is the Remarkable. I posted a review of it earlier. But it's like more expensive than the iPad and pencil combined. It has a lot of the same kind of features where you can control the pen, the brush, the different sizes. You got shading as well. But, obviously it's a lot different kind of a device than the iPad. So it's meant for reading and writing only, whereas the iPad, you got all kinds of other stuff. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video right here. Thank you guys for watching. Check out the ebookreader.com for additional reviews and everything related to e-readers. Have a good day. Bye.